this isn't a good place to test cell signal. I don't know where is a good place to test cell signal. We're really out in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely 0 bars of signal right now. We're trying to get to a spot where there's at least 1 or 2 bars so we can really see how these boosters can boost. All right guys, so we're pulled over in the middle of Nebraska with what, 1 bar service? What do you have?
Yeah, 1 bar of 4G.
1 bar of 4G. So let's see how this booster, both the weBoost and the SolidRF, can boost the signal.
Sounds good.
All right, so for this test, I'm just gonna be running the wire through the window. That way I can test both the weBoost and the SolidRF, which I recommend you guys doing too. Test it before you completely install everything. And today we're gonna be using this app called Network Cell Info Lite to do our testing. I'll get it near the booster and we'll see how it does. All right, so this is with the booster off. It's negative 124. Now I'm gonna plug the booster in here. So just plugged in the booster. And you can see now I'm getting negative 106, 102. So it went from basically 1 bar to 2 bars. So it boosted at about 20 dBm here. So that's with the SolidRF. Now let's do a speed boost with the SolidRF boosted. This is Verizon, by the way. 2.3, 2.4 download. Let's see. Upload. It fluctuates a bit, but it's about 3.25. So let's see what that is without the booster turned on. I'm struggling to even find a signal right now to do a speed test without the booster. Let's try this again. That might be a good test right there, as it might not even be able to get signal without the booster. Yeah, it goes from not even being able to use a speed test to making the, oh, here we go. So the speed for the download is about 1.35 without the booster. Looks like we might not even get an upload speed. There we go. So there you have it. There's absolutely no upload speed at all with this, without using a booster or SolidRF booster. And another thing to keep in mind while you're doing this testing is you need to keep the interior antenna almost directly below the external antenna within a 1.5 foot radius. Now I'm going to be testing the smaller antenna that also hooks into the larger antenna. And during all this, you want to make sure this light is green. That means everything's good to go. If it's yellow, that means you have some oscillation going on, meaning that antenna is not far enough away from this antenna. Let's first go to this app. You can see it's about a negative 100, which is I think what we had before, using the larger booster as well. But just before we did, I'll turn off the booster just to make sure. Yeah, so we go back up to about negative 121. Obviously, the lower signal, the better you get. Let's plug this booster back in. Takes it back down to about negative 101 here. Let's do another speed test. In this instance, it looks like our speed has gone down quite a bit. Our download speed. And it looks like the upload speed's barely getting anything at all. So it looks like the larger antenna does work a little bit better than this one, or I might not have the smaller antenna far enough away from the booster. Yeah, so it looks like the bigger antenna does yield the best results. Alright, so I've legitimately created quite a mess going across this countertop now, but I've unplugged the SolidRF. You can see that is now off. So this is again unboosted, just trying to get some sort of baseline here. It seems like the signal around here is pretty sporadic. Because even unboosted, now it's up to about 2. So I may have to test in another spot as well. Because so far this has been pretty inconclusive. The one thing the booster has helped out a lot with though is the upload speed. As the truck is downshifting very loudly. Alright, so now we'll try to do the testing with the weBoost plugged in. So I will plug in the weBoost. Green light. Now it's showing up about 3 bars. Run a speed test. The weBoost is about 2.33 download speed. And the upload actually is still pretty bad. Let's check signals real quick. So the weBoost has actually taken it down the lowest so far as the -85 signal. I'm gonna run this over and turn on the SolidRF real quick since the signal's fluctuating so much and see how much it takes it down to. So I will turn off the weBoost, plug the SolidRF back in. You see it jump back up to -2.6, -127. And now, get this antenna back going here. That takes it down to about a -97, 96. So let's run the speed test again. Folks, I think this signal is just so low, it's really hard to get a good steady result for you here. Although this booster really does seem to do the best on the upload speed, it's definitely a positive fact here. Wow, definitely a lot better than the weBoost. Alright, so nothing really conclusive yet. I think I'm going to have to try to do a test at the next campground, so hopefully I can at least see. Out of the one test I did with the weBoost, it looked like it actually got the signal a little bit better than SolidRF. For some reason, even though the SolidRF didn't take the signal down as much, it still had a better upload speed. So it could just be fluctuating signal, I'm not really sure, but I'm going to have to run some more tests. Alright, so I think I might have another test scenario we can use from the same spot. I got the AT&T hotspot, and it seems to have a much better connection speed, so. And I'm just going to run our speed test on here, see how we're doing. At least 2 seconds ago it was fast. Alright, so this is AT&T's download speed with no boost whatsoever. Upload speed is what usually hurts us, so let's see what the upload speed is here. Barely any upload speed whatsoever, it looks like. And this is with a 1 to 2 bar signal on the AT&T hotspot. So now I will go plug in the weBoost since it's all hooked up and do a test off of that first. Then we'll do SolidRF. Plug in the weBoost. There we go. Wow, that is up to 5 bars here. 4G LTE. So let's do another test off of the Wi-Fi connection now. So not a huge increase as far as download speed, but I'm really interested to see how the upload speed does. Oh yeah. You saw what the upload speed was before we used this. That's what I used to have at my house in Connecticut for an upload speed, so that'll work just fine for working purposes. Alright, weBoost did a good job. It's been a pretty proven booster. Now it's time to try the SolidRF to see how it does. Again, it's down about 3 or 4 bars. I guess AT&T is fluctuating a bit too, so it might not have all been weBoost. Stick in front of the SolidRF. Looks like it's 4 to 5 bars of signal. Run our speed test. This is being boosted by SolidRF. So again, it's being boosted to about 16 megabits per second. And the upload speed, oh yeah. Okay, so I guess this is almost boosting twice as much as the weBoost did as far as upload speed goes. This antenna seems to be really good for upload. I'm gonna run this one more time just to make sure that wasn't a fluke. Now it's going even higher. Let's see how it does with upload speed. So remember, when we did this without the boosters, either of the boosters, the speed was horrible. So I got up to 15.44. So far SolidRF is the best as far as the upload speed. The download's about the same. I'm gonna try weBoost one more time with this AT&T signal, just because the cell signal out here seems to be fluctuating so much. It's really hard to get good numbers for you guys. I'm guessing some of this has to do with the cell towers itself, but we'll see here. Alright, so this is the signal, or the download, sorry, this is the download megabits per second for weBoost. And now for the upload, the big test. It's quite a big change from before. It was getting 6 megabits per second before. I'm guessing part of this fluctuation has to do with the cell towers and not the boosters themselves. Let's stick with the higher numbers for the weBoost because it was doing about 6 megabits per second earlier. Both of these are great boosters, I'm not gonna lie. They've helped us, or at least the weBoost has helped us quite a bit, so don't downplay the weBoost because of that last number. Yeah, I think it has to do with the cell tower here, but regardless, the SolidRF did seem to do a little bit better than the weBoost. I'll run this by SolidRF real quick right after this test just to see if it truly is the tower or SolidRF is really that much better than our weBoost. Alright, try to run this over quickly. Deanna and Blaze are probably like, what the heck is he doing in that trailer over there? So put this by the booster over here. Green light is on, the weBoost is off, and I will run the test. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think part of this has to do with the cell tower itself, because now the numbers are even low on the SolidRF as well. And the upload speed's still pretty good based off of that download speed we just got earlier. So after these tests, so far it looks like the SolidRF does have the edge, but I'm going to try to find another testing location. Probably not today because we got to get to our next destination. But hopefully at our campground it'll be a low enough signal that we can see how the booster does. If not, this might be the best test I can give you for now until we move in 2 weeks. So as you can see from these test results, it's not really conclusive. There's going to have to be some more tests. The last 2 campgrounds we stayed at, this is about 3 weeks later from the time I recorded that video, we still haven't had a good conclusive evidence between the weBoost or the SolidRF. In the last 2 campgrounds we stayed at, the boosters really didn't do a whole lot to begin with. So that's one thing to keep in mind as you're buying a cell booster, is that these cell boosters aren't always going to be boosting your signal. You have to be in a certain situation in order for that to help you out. Some other options you can do, I'll post a video down here in the description where I actually kind of give a little, I guess, intro 101 on how we find cell signal while we're on the road. So go ahead and watch that video, and if you have any questions, leave those questions in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Well guys, if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like it. You can also check us out at DnSAdventures.com, and as always, adventure on.